You can count down whenever.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, so Riven being banned. Um, yeah, this is really, really far back. This is February 21st.
Yeah.
So she's still overpowered, or still ban worthy.
So this is before
Yeah,
the update.
before she was nerfed.
Hmm.
Again, we can't see the bans, but I'm guessing that's Renekton.
Thought it was a Kali. The green.
Maybe, but I don't think they'd ban Akali.
That looks like Caston. Purple.
Yep.
Or
Um,
Nocturne. Is that Caston or Nocturne?
well, I didn't get to look them up anyway. So we have Riven, Vi, Elise banned, and then three others that no one knows because we can't read Chinese.
At all.
Yep.
Even though I'm signed up for China.
Now, I'm going to say that that first ban, PE only had two bans. Well,
Oh,
Shyvana
they missed the
Insta-lock.
ban?
I think that they might have been punished for something. I don't know. It's unlikely that they would have just not banned something.
Yeah.
If you want to take my reactions gun, you have to go with Shyvana. She is still hasn't been nerfed yet on this patch. Olaf and going to jungle. Way back before the tank meta started, or before people thought the tank meta started, it was Olaf, or not Olaf. It was Shyvana, Renekton, Rengar top lane, Olaf jungle, Lee Sin, but they're gonna go with Kha'Zix more likely. Like every single game, one team would take one team would take the other, and then Olaf just sort of fell out because he's not really that good early game, but he's really strong late game. Teams just didn't really care for him after that.
Hmm.
Kha'Zix is locked in. That Annie, yeah, Annie stayed. I feel Positive Energy should pick up the Gragas here, and probably a Thresh. Well, that's Eve there. I don't expect them to pick Eve when they have Olaf already. Well, there's a Thresh at least. Could it
Yeah, I
be?
like seeing the Thresh in these games.
Could it be Eve mid? Thresh is, if Thresh lands a hook on Annie, it's good. They're gonna win the trade. But other than that, Annie's already bullied, and that is an Evelyn locked in. Could it be? It's either Olaf jungle, Eve mid, or Eve jungle, Olaf top. I think it'd be Olaf top just because Eve in mid lane doesn't really work that well. However, it's nice to see that Eve hasn't been nerfed yet either. I feel OMG would do better with the likes of a Caitlyn instead of the Ezreal here.
Yes, I do too.
But they do have a lot of damage, and the Ezreal's sort of a safe AD carry pick. They don't really need the more damage. Oh, there's the Caitlyn. And they went with Syndra. That's interesting.
Who the last pick is? An Ari.
Ari.
Ooh,
So that will be Olaf top.
yeah.
Ari versus Syndra. If Syndra lands a stun, it's an automatic kill. If this is post 6. If Ari lands a charm, it might not be insta death because Syndra can still knock away, like when she after it's expired, and it's locked. But Ari's movement means it's a lot easier for her to get the charms off than it is for Syndra to get the stuns off.
Hmm.
It's sacrificing power for reliability, and that's why we don't see many Syndras, because her reward is great, but it's really hard to get it, especially in a team fight because she lacks mobility. The tank line's just going to dive on top of her. So Bryce, tell us about the bot lane. There's obviously a lot of
About the bot lane.
poke coming out of Ezreal Annie, and there's a lot of kill potential from Lucian Thresh, but who's going to have the edge?
But my experience, what the hell? He's playing randomly to the site. By my experience in bot lane, I think that the Lucian Thresh is going to come out top. Annie and Ezreal might win lane phase, but I don't think that's likely. Um, yeah, I just think Lucian Thresh have the upper edge here.
Yeah, especially paired with that Eve there. If I got the pick right, if I didn't, it's embarrassing. With the Eve, they're gonna have a lot of pressure for ganks in lane, and that's what they want. They're gonna be ahead in mid game if they go even, but they're gonna be have a lot better kill potential in lane.
Hmm.
It was Caitlyn, Annie, not Ezreal Annie. Oh my god. Um,
Was it Caitlyn?
yep, they switched to
Okay,
Caitlyn. I remember that.
that changes a bit. Because if Annie can land her stun while Caitlyn stays back far enough that she can dodge the pulls from
Thresh.
Thresh,
Yeah.
yeah, losing names here.
Caitlyn and Annie has a lot of range on them, and they can both really poke. I wouldn't be surprised to see Annie start with Q just so she can get the early harass off. Then again, they might want something level 1, so then they'd go for the stun. And 4-man stack in bot lane. Scouted out by San there, I don't think anything's going to happen with it. Especially the jungler in mid.
Yeah, they definitely have a lot of poke potential in bot lane. I wouldn't be surprised if they won lane now.
It'd be really smart for OMG to go for a lane swap here. Because they have the range, they'll have better turret pressure, and it negates Evelynn as a pick.
Hmm.
Because Ziggs can do a dive Evelynn if she's defending. She can't really wave clear that well, and she's really squishy, so you can 3v2 dive it. And if she's diving, well, she has no CC, and her burst isn't that high. It's more or less she'll need to get 3 or 4 Qs in to do the damage. Whereas Kazik, you jump in, you Q and W, and then you walk away.
Hmm.
As it looks like, Positive Energy is going for the lane swap here. They're setting Lucian and Thresh on top.
This could be good.
Well,
Um,
you guys can see the fan vote there. 100% for OMG. Syndra pulling a little sneaky play there, stealing the blue buff away. Didn't actually steal it, she just lifted it out of the pit and walked away with it. She pulled it away,
Yeah.
had it reset. However, that does mean that she started W for laning. That doesn't really help. She's actually doing really good damage. But Ari's,
This is gonna be.
if that last hit, if the true damage hit, she'd have to recall. I think the flash was a bit early for Ari.
Yeah, I think she should have just got her poke off and let it be as that instead of flashing for the kill.
She also used a lot of mana in that trade.
Hmm. And yeah.
Shyvana is just farming up the wolves, and then she's going to return to lane with some experience after healing. It looks like Big Formello's going, and I lost picture. Big Formello's going to defend top with them, just based on starting red buff. Maybe they didn't expect the lane swap.
I don't think they did, to be honest, because they saw Thresh and Lucian bot lane
That's true.
at the beginning.
And trying to continue jungling because they're just freezing on both sides.
And there's first blood.
Evelyn was coming in to pick up the cleanup just in case, but that's actually really good for OMG. They got the first blood in the trade. Ari has no summoners. Neither just Syndra now, but
So they ended up winning that trade.
considering how badly she lost the opening, like, poking trade,
Oh yeah, yeah. The fact that she stayed in lane and then
was able to tower
broke
dive.
broke even with that fight. That's pretty good.
She also has a 5 CS lead. But Evelyn, really potent ganker. Syndra has no escape now. That could come back to haunt them. And Evelyn has a flank and bot lane if she goes for it. I feel like there's kill potential in that if the camera will go
I
down.
think Evelyn is going for it now.
They can definitely kill Caitlyn if they land an axe.
Yeah. Trap goes down.
Oh, they know.
The axe is landed on
Annie.
but ends up stunning. Evelyn has to get out of there, but I think that's going to be another kill. And then Olaf
Double
gets
kill.
kill on Annie, but I think
Nope.
it's going to be another kill for.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't see Olaf getting out of this. No.
Okay, so what happened there was they went on Annie, which was not who you wanted to go on. She had a stun. It landed on Evelyn. He was able to put a trap underneath her. And as soon as the Annie stun wore off, that trap sprung. She was locked up for about 3 seconds. Oh, and
She wasn't able to get much damage out. She was
she was just destroyed with the CC or with the CC stack.
Mhm.
And while that all happened, we had a gank in mid that picked up a kill.
Nice.
Now, I didn't expect Syndra to win the lane, face on Ari being able to outplay, but any kill potential I saw was post 6, and Ari's died twice pre-6.
So I want to see how late game plays out if Ari can't really beat Syndra in lane.
Yeah, she has a 17 CS lead on Ari right now.
Yeah.
I had to pause there because I can't read it. If they see each other, okay, the word comes out. I feel like if they were to fight there, Kha'Zix would win it.
As I suspected, top lane is pushing, keeping Shyvana at bay. Not much Shyvana can do about that.
Well, Shyvana has a CS lead on Olaf as well, and Olaf should get more CS because he has the ranged axes.
Ooh,
Oh,
nice
that-
play by Syndra there, but I think Evelyn's gonna pick up this kill. So much minion block there.
There wasn't really much hope for Xin Yang to escape there, but
No, I think the fact that she picked up that kill for a kill was really
it's definitely worth it. You can just see the damage that Syndra has at 6. She had 2 balls out, and then her ult just destroyed Ari there.
Oh my god, this damage coming out of Thresh and Lucian here. That was
But-
good grass. That's definitely gonna send her back.
Going escaped. They got the tower in bot lane. They're gonna take top for a trade, but they're gonna take that anyway. I feel like Shyvana's not gonna miss out on much.
No.
And OMG's gonna pick up the dragon here.
Yeah, this is OMG's dragon. Unless Evelyn,
Can steal,
no, never mind.
but she's
I
not
was
going.
gonna say unless Evelyn gets sight of it and both mid lane and bot lane come in, but
The white camp's that much better.
yeah. So they ended up getting
Oh.
top turret. Oh, and
Oh.
Thresh is getting caught out by Nirvana here.
Going with the burnout speed buff.
All
Oh,
burned
the
out.
the flay.
Yeah, and he got out. That flay really saved his life there.
See, Shyvana couldn't dive because her burnout ran out, She wouldn't have the speed to um, catch up to him.
I like how Thresh is harassing her under turret as Lucian's coming in here. So it's taunting her. That's like, hey, I'm low health, come get me. While Lucian is coming up behind him.
They have a 4-man stack and Olaf just died. Inner turret's going down, and there's not going to be any trade for it.
Oh, that is
OMG is definitely looking good to take the second set of this game.
Mm-hmm. Evelyn looks like she's trying to defend here, and the pause comes out. Let's see what the problem is.
We can't tell what the problem is, but it looks like Syndra is having some headset issue. Oh, no. Tricky Boy raised his hand. They both raised their hands and started talking to refs.
Looks like they're both having problems on each side, so...
Well, resume started. Don't know what happened.
No idea. Pause the game, we're gonna lose.
You look across the board, every lane for OMG won, or has an advantage.
And the second pause comes out.
You still can't tell what team it is because they just keep switching between the two players.
Mm-hmm. I think they just wanted to get him drinking water. You have to admit, that was pretty sexy. I think this guy's where the problem lands.
That's Syndra.
Is it?
Yep. So if they're winning with whatever problem they have, I fear for positive energy going back into the game. It's going to be a really bad uphill battle for positive energy. They're not going to be able to trade the inner turret top lane for the inner bot lane turret. Everyone's down in CS to their counterpart. And 3 kills on the AD carry for OMG.
I think the best hope they have is getting Lucian fed out of his mind and group fighting.
If they have the composition to pick odd man fights with the Ahri Eve.
Mm-hmm.
If they can get into a roaming phase, then they'll do it. But Lyssandra's looking, or not Lysandra, Syndra's looking for Eve. Just over the, is she gonna look for them?
You're not gonna throw it?
She's just guarding the red buff.
Mm.
Eve's dead.
Oh, here comes the kill.
That's the pick.
I like the picture for Eve. Way better than American.
Positive energy wasn't even able to collapse with the Ahri and the Thresh.
No.
And it looks like they're gonna take top turret for OMG.
Yeah, it looks like bot and top switched again. So Shyvana's fighting Olaf now.
Generally
I
expect
think Shyvana-
the people who went to top side to switch, but
Yeah.
the dragon was already gone, so OMG had no more reason to stay down there.
Shyvana just pushes Olaf out of lane. That is insane. Even though she lost the top lane, she still got more farm. I think. 631, yeah.
Yeah, that's really worrisome for positive energy. Olaf should be able to farm better than Shyvana in the lane, but he died early off the Eve gank and then died off a dive. So he's just too far behind.
Yeah. The laning phase didn't really go out as
Yeah.
well as positive energy would have hoped.
Now, if you look what OMG's doing, they're creating odd man fights and picks with the Syndra pick. That's what positive energy should be doing with the Ahri and the Eve. They should be going to the side lanes with their
Pick them off, yeah.
mid jungler and trying to pick kills. That's the only way they're going to get back in this game. And if they can't do that, if you see there's ward control in their jungler for OMG, so top lane's safe. even if there are the pink wards, Eve doesn't generally stealth through her own jungle. There's not much that positive energy can do to come back at this point, unless there's a throw. Like,
Oh, and the kill on Ari goes out. I think.
Ignite?
Oh,
Ignite?
no, Ignite.
She died.
Oh, did she?
But that was a one for
I think
one. That's what the kind of throws I was just talking about for OMG. They can't be getting overexcited and diving. They have the ability just to starve PE to death.
if OMG ends up doing these silly plays, going 1 for 1 or 1 for 2, I could see positive energy coming out on top.
Most definitely. There's no reason for them to make silly dives.
No.
They can just siege up and continue to run with Syndra. Both teams sort of have the same jungle synergy. They have an assassin in the jungle and in mid, so the roams will be really effective and will result in kills if they get into lane and land any CC.
Hmm.
Now that's a lot easier for OMG to do, not only because of their head, but because Annie's CC's click and Thresh has a skill shot.
See Kha'Zix jumping in on the
She's
health
running
boost.
Elvis.
I don't think that's gonna end up in a kill, but they might get blue buff out of this if they stick.
The dragon's coming up in 30 seconds. They're most likely going to
Yeah,
get that.
again, I don't think that was a very smart dive in their jungle right beside blue buff, uh, where they could have Evelyn come in, Olaf and Ari.
Yeah, there wasn't. They didn't have the vision of the enough of positive energy to make that.
Mhm.
It was a risk, but they're pretty far ahead. They're 5k ahead, it looks like. I can't tell if that's 5k or 10k, but I'm guessing it's 5k.
It's 22.3 to 17.3.
Yeah. So 5k ahead. They got the dragon. They could really just go mid now and take the tower with the Caitlyn pick. If
Yeah, they're definitely gonna go on
oh,
this mid. I can see
flash
this
Tivers.
because. Oh yes, that's going to be a double kill. Unless Evelyn flashes out. The ignite went down, but I don't think it's gonna be enough.
Kha'Zix chasing. The
Yeah,
slow. Evelyn's going to fall. And they take the mid turret.
that is a long chase, especially for an Evelyn. In my
I mean,
experience with, I wouldn't chase that much.
Kha'Zix thought to get the kill really easily, so I expected him to chase, and then when he didn't get it, you sort of want to get it still, so you keep chasing.
Yeah.
If Eve got away,
Proper chase.
another stun from Annie.
The threshold goes out, and I think that's what held them in there.
Well, I don't think the
It's not.
threshold did anything, really. I don't think they would have continued to die with or without it. But it did help clear the minion wave. Because the more minions died to the turret. Oh, I'm just going to back out now. They should. They shouldn't
Again,
overstay.
I think the threshold stopped any more of positive energy to go in on that fight.
Maybe.
It seemed as soon as that threshold went down, everyone just started backing off and accepted their fate.
Um, right now, it really is OMG's game to lose. The turrets are 5 to 1. 10k gold lead now. It was just 5k a second ago. 13 to 4. And another pick. They,
Oh,
oh,
they're just
oh,
picking them off.
Lissandra's gonna
Oh,
die for
okay, this is
this.
gonna be. Yeah, definitely turn around. See, this is what I'm talking about here. They're getting too cocky with their fights. They're thinking they can. Oh yeah, maybe I can catch them out. But that was a 3v1 fight. I don't think Cinder was expecting that.
I think Sindra thought to just catch the Lucian there, but he dodged the W with his E and lived long enough with the shield to life still back up. Definitely a cocky play.
Again, if OMG keeps playing like that, I can see positive energy coming out on top. because they have the right team. As long as they play it right, um, they still have potential.
Yeah, late game team fighting, if gold's even, so it's not even 20 minutes yet, but
Hmm.
at like 35 minutes, Syndra can't do anything against Olaf. He'll just jump in there with Ragnarok and kill her, and then get on to Caitlyn. Um, the way China plays, they don't really peel for the AD carry. They just sort of all dive, and whoever kills the other team first wins, pretty much.
Hmm.
So that's why you see Kha'Zix, Shyvana, and Lissandra, and Annie. They're all just going to dive in and try to do what they can. Really, if Olaf gets onto Syndra and kills her, it's up to Annie to lock with the rest of the team while that happens, and Shyvana to dive over top of that.
Yeah.
But that's if it gets to that stage. I
It looks
don't.
like OMG's migrating up towards the top lane. I think they're looking to take inner turret top lane, um, and maybe start a team fight up here.
Positive Energy has the same idea. They're trying to flank onto Shyvana. That's not something they want. 5 man from OMG there while they try to create their pick.
Nothing really they can do about these turrets here. Um, they might be able to make a stand at their base with a 5v3.
I don't think they can defend this now that you've died. Evelyn dying there really wasn't that smart. They didn't have the ward control in their jungle, and they didn't have the information of OMG to flank Shyvana there.
Hmm.
What would end up happening, I'm not even sure if they got into Shyvana in time, but what would end up happening is they blow all their cooldowns on the tank, and then they get swept.
Yeah.
Look at OMG's wards in topside.
Yeah. They are spread out between the top jungle here. Is this before the update for? Is this season 4?
Yep, note the
Yeah. Okay.
trinkets that they all have. Um,
Yeah.
what PE needs to do is Ari needs to switch to a sweeper, and Evelyn needs to switch to a scrying orb, just because they need to be able to check the bush without face checking it with a scrying orb, and then go into it and clear the bush out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sindra waiting for another pick with her orbs. Flash stun. The stun missed. That was on Sindra there. She missed her scatter of the week. If that stun landed, Lucian would have died. But they have the right idea there. Set up, have Annie stun, or just really just get Lisan or Syndra's combo off. Yeah, Lucian had to back. There's no defending that turret. And I don't think they can defend this inhibitor either. Although two ultimates are down, so they could try for a fight. No. Oh, Evelyn did pretty well that fight. It's just she got onto the back line and killed Caitlyn. OMG is too far ahead. Look at the gold total. It's way too high. This has just been like, I wouldn't even say mistakes for positive energy. It's just really bad luck.
Well,
It,
there's a
it's
lot
been,
of that going around for OMG then.
huh?
Then there's a lot of that going around OMG then.
Positive energy has they've had the right idea with their plays. They just haven't executed them as well as they should have, and then they just got too far behind to be able to come back from it. I don't think OMG should try for the Baron. I feel like they should just push out a lane and take the vase. Caitlyn's going for Static Shiv. This was before the Static Shiv nerfs. And will Evelyn get the pick? I don't think that's a smart thing for her to go for it. OMG's taking the dragon.
Yeah, it's gonna be another dragon without
Any
positive energy
contest.
interfering. Yeah.
Well, they can't contest anything right now. They, yeah, they don't want to escape this. They went too far out. Or the lantern. He still
The
fell.
lantern saved Lucian's life.
Lucian still fell to
And
ignite.
never mind, Lucian still fell.
Yep. Unfortunate. But they really shouldn't be extended to half when OMG's had their jungle for the past 10 minutes.
22 minutes, and I think where they fell at the beginning was the trade.
Yeah, they lost 2 turrets bot lane for 1 turret top, and 2 deaths on Olaf.
I think that if they stuck bot lane, they would have at least become or stayed even in lane, and not come out
Far
have
behind.
Olaf come out like that.
I think they relied too much on Olaf's wave clear versus Shyvana's.
Yeah.
It didn't help that Ari was dying 1v1 to Syndra though. They're all standing on a ward.
I don't think they know.
The thresh hook would
Well,
tell
now
them.
they know.
Yep. I don't think Pause Energy should have told them that they were there. I think they should have taken the time to clear a lane.
Yeah, just let them
Waste their time.
sit there.
Right now, they could go for the Baron. I don't think that PE would contest it. I hope they want to go for another pick. Usually Olaf acts to check it. Oh, they're going anyway.
The any stun comes out. That's what secured those 2 kills.
Kha'Zix with the
No.
another jump. Will he get onto? No, he's not going for it.
You
But
can see Evelyn recalling back there.
at the
I
top,
think they're gonna push this wave and take out at least.
Caitlyn's
two
gonna be
or four.
pushing mid. Yeah, they're how Positive Energy could have played that better was instead of going around the bush to throw the axe in, they could have gone into the red buff pit and thrown it over. That's sort of the trick on how you check the bush there. You don't go around because then they can see you. And that's the surrender vote.
Yeah.
So OMG wins in 24 minutes. Now, I don't know what Positive Energy could have done. They were outplayed. It wasn't really a throw, it was just picking up kills.